What will you do if you have a way to turn around a business, but then you don't have the money and resources to do it? Will you decide to give up and close the business? Or will you decide to address the challenges? And do you experience that whenever you try different methods, despite so many methods you try, the business still remain suffering? If you have such an experience, probably you have the following challenges. Insufficient money to do investment. That means you can't enhance your current business capability. Wrong planning. Poor execution. No supporter. Lack of understanding of the business. If you have fall under this category, this means that you are in the juncture of facing many type of challenges in one shot. But then what is the first thing you're supposed to do? Now, let us imagine that you are running a construction business. You are making miserable profits because you are in an industry with cutthroat prices. Now, the situation was when you are in a pandemic situation which adds the weights onto the demand. Then you realize that your customer is no more cash rich as before and keep finding excuses not to make payment to you when the debt due. Now, with this miserable profit and the cutthroat prices, you hardly can have good cash flow position. This becomes worse when your client start to default payment to you, which can kill your business easily. What to do with it? And the situation don't stop here. To rub the salt to the wound, the banks now start to stop lending money to you. Then, without source of money in and without the ability to make more money, how can the company survive? Now, the situation will be harder when we notice that not only the current problem that we are facing, we are also facing a shortage of manpower, as well as you can't find successor for your business. What kind of business it will be in the future? Is it become dimmer and dimmer? When we have this in mind, will you decide to stay in the business or you gonna quit? If you have come to this situation of deciding to stay or quit, then you may look into the following matters. Number one, you can do a test on it by asking you the following questions. Can you just leave the business without any concern? Number two, are these concerns critical and impact your business and yourself substantially? So imagine when you have a situation where you want to leave the business. If you can just leave the business without any concern, you are damn good. But if you have concern, are the concern critical and impact a lot to your business and to yourself? For example, personal, financial, maybe obligation, family matters, friends and relatives, ego. There are so many factors that may become the concern that you feel critical. The next question, if you can answer the following question, how confident are you to turn around business, the struggling business, if you are given the necessary money and resources? On one hand, you may complain you don't have money. On the other hand, if let's say I give you the money, are you able to really turn around the business? Or you just want to prolong the bleeding? Now, when you are in this juncture, you have to really make a serious thing of it, serious consideration, whereby, okay, which is the real thing? You really can turn around or you just prolong the bleeding? The next question, it will be, given you a chance to leave the business without any negative impact, will you do it? This one really point on what is actually inside your inner core. Do you really have passion over the business, or do you just really love, okay, to work in this type of industry? If you can just say I will leave it, most probably you don't have the level of passion. You don't have the ego to really do that. Okay, the next question, number 5th question. Are you using the same approaches to do business in the past 2 years? Okay, if you're going to use the same approaches to do in the next 2 years, as well as the similar thing in the past 2 years, you think that you can improve your current situation? Doubtfully, because you're already in a very deep problem, then you still want to use the same approaches. It's very doubtful that you can overturn the whole situation. After you answer all these questions, then the next thing I would like to check with you is, at this point, do you have something in your mind which relates to, are you going to really stay in the business, or are you going to quit the business? Now, probably you have something in your mind already. Let us look at your consideration of cooking the business. What you like to control most when you stay or you quit your business. This one will able to let you zoom in little bit further and deeper into what are the key factors. The first thing we can see: money, time, pride, employee, creativity, and market. You want to stay in a business or you want to quit the business? Is it because of the money matters? Because you can make more money in the business, or if you're going to quit the business, you can save more money. Time, you want to spend time with your family more, you want to spend time with your business more, which is the one that you like to have. Pride, if you're going to hold the pride of your business, you have the ego of telling people you are a successful man, you may feel lousy if you're going to quit the business. So it depends on what kind of thing that you more treasure on. Employee, do you think if you're going to quit the business, can your employee survive? Okay, or maybe you quit the business, then the employee will be suffering, or they cannot look for a good job for themselves. Creativity, with a good passion and also with a strong interest in the industry that you are in, most probably you will keep adding new ideas, new approaches, how to improve your business, how to serve your customer better. So your level of creativity increase, your energy also increase. But then when you are in a business where you are not involved in this thing to trigger your creativity, your business will become very dull. So this will be the one of the another factors for you to consider when you want to control the business. Lastly, market. If you want to run the business, you want a business where you can influence the market a little bit, or you are in a business where the market is booming. You have good market whereby they're willing to pay money to make you feel comfortable. If let's say now you have gone through all the 5 tester, all the previous 5 tests plus this last test, and answer through your heart, you probably will know exactly whether you want to stay or quit, at least at the top level. You probably will know, okay, what if you quit, what will happen, and if you don't quit, what will happen. Because we are moving into a next stage called what? When moving in next stage, say you are considering what really matters you. Now, what we are presenting so far is to show you that before we go to address challenges, we never just go out and look for how to solve the challenges. The step one is always try to know what you want first. If you are not checking on what you really want, but just go out to search for how to solve the problem or the challenges, the most possible situation will be you probably are not solving anything, because you don't even know after you solve the challenges, are you creating or achieving something that you want. So step one, we need to at least know what you really want. After you know what you really want, then we can move forward for the rest of the thing. You can see this thing as, let's say, a group of people which are all the blinds try to lead another blinds. When the blinds lead the blinds, you cannot see in front what is going on. You don't know what you want because you can't see. If you are using this approach, it's exactly like the blind leads the blind. So don't jump into conclusion, say I want to solve the problem. You should say what I really want first before I want to solve the problem. Okay, so in general, let's say we summarize an approach that you can adopt. What will be inside there, and what is the thing that we need to always consider, because with this, then at least you have a very standardized high quality approach to let you solve problem without solving problem blindly. Now, so to adopt this thing, the step one will be you have to see your business. Only when you create a business map and you see the business, you can visualize the future and provide a service or provide different tactics to achieve your goal in a realistic manner. If you cannot visualize your future in a holistic manner, to position yourself in such a way that you know what you are now and what kind of position you should do so that you can achieve your future in a more advantageous manner, then you can't see, you can't move. So a high quality business map make you see that this is very important. So once you see, it helps a lot. So in the process of seeing your business, the step one, at least you know what you really want first. Step two, or I would say the next aspects that we are looking at will be prioritize your challenges. Once you see, the whole map, you can see your business, you can see how you're going to solve the problem, you can see the challenges being arranged in different timing and different importance level. So once you do a prioritization against the severities and in terms of the timing, you are able to know which challenges to address first. You will not just address any challenges that come to you. You will address only those important and more critical ones. So prioritizing your challenges become very important. Then after that, with this one, you have a good understanding of the business. By seeing the business, you are able to make a unbiased business judgment on the business situation. When you make an unbiased judgment, then you are seeing your business at ease, you are a third party. You're seeing your business at ease, you see through the business, but without personal kind of preference. So you make yourself more attractive in terms of understanding the business situation. This will help you that you are able to start to provide strategies, do business planning on how to solve your challenges. So never try to come up any strategy or plan when you don't have any judgment. There are so many people try to come up a lot of solutions, a lot of methods how to solve a problem without even knowing what is going on. By not knowing what is going on, how to make a judgment on the situation. So it's very ridiculous if someone come to you and say, okay, I want to solve I have a method of solving your problem, but they don't know what is the situation you are facing. This is very important. Next, you need to have very effective decision framework. Sometimes people really avoid this, but when you start to do decision, the head start to get pain. Then you may fall into a dilemma stage where you don't know, should you choose A or B, or do you stop or continue all these things. So you really need some framework to give you a more complete approach of making a decision. Yeah, if you have all this in your mind, okay, and you adopt a good approach for solving your problem with all this in your mind, you are better than any other people, because you cover almost all the most important thing that what you're supposed to have to make your business a better one. Right? So let's try to summarize everything that we been discussed just now into few very basic steps. So once we do in that way, you can use this step to repeat and apply to any kind of your business as and when you face a problem. Number one, make sure you can see the business. This is step one, to see the business. So remember, in order to see a business, first you need to know what you want. After you see a business and you know what you want, then you prioritize your challenges. When you prioritize challenges, and you can make unbiased judgment. Finish your judgment so that you are able to design strategies and also plan how you're going to address your problem. After you have multiple plans or options in your mind, you can make a decision. After making that decision, then you are able to execute and monitor. So you need a very strong executing and monitoring models. Now, sometimes people just ignore about this thing, whereby you are forced to make decision immediately, on the spot, when you face a problem. So you may have insufficient information, and you are forced to react immediately to address the immediate situation. What to do? You need to have a quick decision model. So instead of you design, you strategize a plan and takes time to build. After that, you go for a step of making decision. You need to crash everything together within few minutes or maybe half an hour to 1 hour. You come up with the decision for the next step. So you need a quick decision model to make the thing happen. Assuming that all your decision are done, whether in a quick model or maybe in a slow decision making model, either one, once you do it, you need to execute and monitor. Executing and monitoring is not as simple as what other people see, because execution, the key words for execution is called compliant. We don't execute things that we don't comply. If you go to execute your plan but don't want to comply with your plan, then what's the purpose of execution? Then you don't need to plan at all because you just do whatever you like to do. So execution, the keyword will be compliant to the plan. Then what is the purpose of monitoring? Monitoring is to close the gap between the reality and the plan. So while we try to comply with the plan, the monitoring come in as a moderator to check on the reality and then give a lot of feedbacks on the situation in such a way that we know whether or not shall we stick with the plan or shall we make changes on the plan. We don't change execution, we change the plan. By changing the plan, execution will react with the new plan. So if we are able to come out this correct model, it helps us to execute and deliver work better off. Lastly, the last step will be effective closure. You can't try to come out a solution by saying that, oh, I have solution and I solve the problem and that's it. We still need a solution to close properly. Means how can we retain the value that we created from the output that we have produced, while we are able to position ourselves so that we can grow better off in future. So if we did not close properly, we will lose these two very important elements. That means retain the value that we produce and to position correctly for the next growth. So if we ignore this closure process, we are in deep shit. So this is very important. So far, if we come to these steps, we should have come to a common understanding. We have the steps, but the step will not be effective if we don't do this thing. We call what? Make sure that all the steps that you are going to follow, every step must come with models and templates. Every step must come with model and template. Because if your steps, like see the business, how to conduct a business mapping, how to see what you are now and what you should be now, these are totally different things. But what kind of models that we can use to capture the correct information for you to analyze your current situation, so that you can put in the map what you are now and what you're supposed to be now, compared to what you can be in the future if you're going to change now or you let it be now, so you can see what kind of consequences you will be if you don't react now. While we are addressing what is going on now, but different approaches or different intention that you want to do will have an impact for different kind of outcome in the future. So to see the business become very, very crucial. So you need a very good models and templates to make this business map become a highly effective one. This applies to the rest, like prioritizing your changes, making good judgment, and so on and so on. So even until the effective closure, you must have all the models and templates in your hand so that you can provide consistent and high quality execution process. Otherwise, you are wasting your time. Up to now, I hope that what you can receive in this video will be you at least you know what you want now. By answering those questions, your mind start to think and start to question yourself. And in the process of questioning yourself, at least now you know what you want. But after you know what you want, you will be eager to see your business by creating the business map. This is what we actually wanted you to receive the message. By adopting the steps that we have just now, you are able to deliver your whatever problem that you face and try to solve it easily. Okay, the message we want to send across to you is to plan blindly and versus to plan with clarity. It's all your choice. Why we said it's all your choice? Because you can decide to plan blindly, but whenever you face a challenge, you just solve the challenge without trying to know what you want and without trying to see your business. But if you want to plan with clarity, make sure that step one, at least you know what you want. Then at least you know you are able to see your business. So it's your choice for you to choose. Okay. Lastly, thank you for watching our video for today's presentation, and this is produced by our business company called 3C Think Tank. You have any query, you can send to our email, or you can book a free business mapping session with us in this line below. Thank you very much.